A very good evening to my fellow friends. Today, we would like to discuss about how students can do well in their examinations. Exam time is one of the most difficult times to every student. It is because they have to dedicate themselves to understand the syllabus and to clear out the topics that to be studied. For this, during the exam period, the student will faces some problems that will create unnecessary stress and fear from the examinations. To avoid this situation, there are some ways that to be handled in a must. The first way will be elaborated by Prasna.
Hi, I'm Prasna. I'm totally agree with your points. From my opinion, I would say that creating a timetable will be one of the very best way to increase student performance in the examination. Timetable prevents wastage of energy and time. It is mainly because as technology evolves, nowadays each and everyone has their smartphone. Students tend to waste much time on social media platforms such as Instagram and TikTok rather than studying. By creating a timetable, students should allocate more time for studying. Social activities should be in their timetable as well, because studying all the time without social activities will reduce dopamine in students' life and literally make them their mind weak and less productive. Creating a timetable is not to make them study all the time, but to allocate some time properly and be more disciplined for them to perform better in school. To be more specific, creating and following a timetable will increase the productivity of students. How about you, Leela?
I agree with you, Prasanna, but I think knowing about the test format will help students to study. For an example, if the exam is focused on multiple choice and fill in the blanks, practice flashcards, and know the vocabulary and facts. Oth- Other than that, if the exam is more essay based questions, students can practice writing essays about important topics that students have learned throughout the semester. Students also can be sure that to know if the exam is cumulative or not.
Can I interrupt?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, Leela. Your idea is great, but students could go for tuition classes to give the best during exams. I'm not saying everyone should go, because not everyone can afford to pay tuition fees. But if you could afford to pay tuition fees, then you should consider going for tuition classes. Tuition classes tend to provide more exercise papers to students more than schools. In schools, teachers usually provide exercise only from textbooks. Meanwhile, tuition tutors gives exercise of their own and books. Student gets to do more and advanced question in tuition than in schools. Other than that, sometimes school teachers couldn't get to each student to help them with their problems all the time, as they have many students to focus with. But in tuition, mostly we could ask and discuss with tutors one to one. By these, we could get a clear solution and understanding for a problem. What do you think, Maya?
I partially agree with you, Prasanna, but I think reviewing and practicing old exam paper is one of the most effective ways to learn how to prepare for the exam. It helps students to familiarize themselves with structure and also format of the question paper. Doing a lot of past year exam question paper will help students to manage their time wisely while answering the for questions. So this will help students to know how much time they need to spend for each section. Students can get past year exam paper from teacher, library, or even they can search online. What do you think, Triyambagam?
Sorry, that's a good point, Maya. But among your point, there is another point that should be discussed. That is correlating, trying to study correlating subjects is a wonderful way to the students to do well in their examinations. Excuse me. The reason is in the universe, everything is indirectly or directly related. So, like that, some of the subjects that can be related to other subjects. For example, if we take science, the science subject is a main source or main subject that can be separated into multiple subjects. For example, physics, biology, zoology, earth science, and many more. By trying to get any by trying to study the science subject, we can understand other concept on other science related subjects. Moreover, that there are some mathematical formulas that can be used in that subject. Therefore, students can try to try to look other subjects to understand some concept that can they really find out in one subject. That is my point, Maya. We would like to other candidates. Would you like to talk any points?
That's a great idea. But I think revision books also will help students to do well in their examinations. The benefits of reading revision books for exam is that it helps students to recall last minute details that students may have missed the first time studies topic. It also enables students to be more thoughtfully in the subject matters. How about you, Maya?
I agree with you, Leela. Other than that, group study is one of the most crucial exam tips for college students. Group study helps students to share their knowledge with each other. As we know, not everyone born with high intelligence, same as us. There were some students who slow to understanding certain topic. So, group study will help students, and also um, they can share their notes to guide each other if they do not fully understand. That's my point. What about you, Priam?
Thank you, Maya. I appreciate your point, but other than your point, there is another point that should be discussed too. That is, every student should have an optimistic mindset. It is because they have to clear out the fear on examinations in a clever way, and they have to think that exam is not a big issue. So for this, they can try to relax themselves in involving other activities. For example, they can play indoor or outdoor games. Um, Other than that, they can do traveling, do hobbies, and many activities. From this, from this mindset, I will surely say that every student will be a positive minded person that can make them to do well their examination even good, that they can take flying colors in their upcoming examinations. That is my point, Maya. I think Maya's point is the best one compared to ours. The reason is group studying, doing group study and passive question is like a it's like a more effective way other than other points. Okay. Other candidates, do you want to elaborate your opinion? Can I know your opinion?
I'm sure that Maya's point is the very best way to do the examinations. So I'm agree with your decision, Triam.
Yeah, I also partially agree with you.
I agree with you too, Priyambakam.
Okay. Uh, well, we can conclude this discussion. In conclusion, among other points, doing group discussion and partial question is the best way compared to other our points. The reason is group discussion can make the students to memorize many points in any other chapters. In moreover that doing partial question is too amazing way to them. It is because every year same the same point will be the same point that student will be written will paraphrased will be shown as a paraphrased version. Therefore, we can conclude this discussion now. Thank you all for your contribution towards this discussion.